What's up? It's Robert from Existence First, mental training for a modern world. Today's mental training is about knowing when something is true. How do you know when something's true? Well, a common example that everyone has probably experienced is someone comes to you and says, help, help, someone stole my car, or someone stole my wallet, someone stole my phone. And then you go with them to the parking lot and you say, all right, let me see. And they say, I parked right here and now my car is gone. Someone stole it. And then sure enough, you have a person look around to see if they see their car, and they turn around and they're like, oh, oops, I guess I parked over there. And yeah, and then at that point you realize that they fed you an interpretation, not a fact. The fact was that they couldn't find their car. So it would have been better if they had come to you and said, I can't find my car. But instead they come to you with their interpretation and they say, someone stole my car. That scenario has happened to me several times, not with cars, but like people come to me and they say these things that I know are interpretations, and I know that from experience because I've been deceived in the past when people came and they told me things that they thought were facts and they weren't true. Okay, this comes up a lot nowadays with all these conspiracy theories that you hear. So when I hear something like, for instance, when the vaccines for COVID came out, my social media was blowing up with people posting these things about, side effects, and the vaccine's going to make you go like this, like muscle spasms or whatever. And I had to reconcile that with the fact that, well, fortunately, is very shortly thereafter that I started to see all of the smart kids that I went to school with who are now doctors. They were posting pictures of themselves getting the vaccine. All of the doctors that I work with getting the vaccine, like just the smartest people that I knew were getting the vaccine. And the people who were posting on social media these things about the side effects and the whatever, they were actually, they're not, I hate to say, but they're not smart. They're certainly not as smart as the doctors that I know. So the trick to finding out if something's true is just piecing it together, right? Just because a smart person or a doctor takes a vaccine doesn't mean that there's no risk. But what you have to do is you have to assemble the pieces together so it doesn't fit together to say that, oh, there's this huge health risk to taking the vaccine, yet all of these educated doctors and nurses are taking it. That doesn't fit together, right? So when I hear these things, anything, it could be something wild about societies, or it could be something small about oh, my pen is missing, someone stole my pen. It could be trivial. Regardless of whether it's important or trivial, we need to kind of just get into the right frame of mind. We have to condition ourselves. Again, this is mental training, right? We want to train ourselves so that when the day happens that that we are presented with a non-fact, we don't react emotionally. There was some people I know, they got some COVID tests and the tests came back positive, so they started to panic and they were like, oh my gosh, I have COVID or whatever, right? And lo and behold, they went and got retested and they tested negative first time, and a second time tested negative. Turns out they never had COVID. The first test was a false positive. And so my number one rule in life when it comes to hearing things from other people is I ask, is it true? Is it true? And you got to be careful with this because I've offended people by questioning what they say. And so if someone has like a fragile ego, then you got to be careful about that. And you also have to, if you do question them, you have to do it in like a tactful way. You got to find a way to do it that's not offensive and that's still kind of like acknowledging that you value their input. It's tricky, right? But there is a way to do it. So the most important part is that consistency. Every time you hear something, is it true? Is it true? Is it true? Is that a fact? Is that a fact? Can I see it? Right? Can I see it? Can I compare? Whatever, right? So that tool has served me well. I hope it serves everyone who is watching this video. And if you have any questions about that, then yeah, type it in the comments. And we will see you in tomorrow's video. This was a short one. I had a busy weekend, but yeah, we'll be back at it this week. Think deeply and put your existence first.